Hey everyone, main line. Welcome back to a brand new year and finally some snow. Yeah, minus 20-ish weather. Some don't like it. I say it's about time. But yeah. So anyways, I was working on a couple things here. Picked up a 90-foot Walthers non-motorized turntable. Started piecing this thing together. I bought the motoring kit for it. It was like another 30 bucks. Pretty cool. I really couldn't find anything online on like Walthers turntables besides like the 110 and 100, especially the 130 foot turntables that are they're all DCC. Like built in, right? They're programmable and everything. So whatever, I figured I'd post up a couple videos on it. Yeah, so there you have it. I've actually already modified it. It's supposed to be this tower thing here. It comes off the side and it comes up over and back down. It's got like a swivel piece on the top where you're supposed to connect some power lines to it. And I was like, yeah, I could probably do that, but I figured, you know what, the hell, I'll do some custom work on it. And it's not, I know it's not really custom, but a little bit different. The turntable originally in Medicine Hat was air powered, so you'd run your locomotive onto the turntable, and you'd hook up the brake pipe to the air line on the turntable. And it was like a air turbine that generated the power and spun this thing. So I figured, yeah, what the hell, I'll do something, kind of prototypical on the layout. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. I've got everything is glued except for the little operator shed here. I can take him off because I'm going to paint him, and then I'm going to put some plastic in for the windows. Roof is loose too, but I do that. Actually, I'm planning to give it a shot of paint today. Nothing crazy, just some spray cans or whatever. Gonna paint the bottom black, and then I'll flip it over and kind of mask it off a little bit. Paint like a dark. Oh, hi, kitty. Yeah, you don't need to be up here as much as you think you do. Yeah, some black on the bottom, and then I'm going to flip it over and give it a shot of like a dark brown or something. And then once everything's dry, I'll go in with some like watered down black, and I'll just fill in all the little crevices and stuff from the boards. You can kind of see them coming down and across, make it look kind of realistic. I do have some powder. Cook it. Seriously? I've got some powder chalk weathering stuff that I got from the local hobby shop actually, and I'm gonna try to rust up the bridge a little bit and maybe make it look like there's been some oil stains and stuff on the deck just from the locomotives coming over it. The instructions are like, they're not bad if you follow along, but they're kind of backwards. There's certain things I would have probably done first rather than after the fact. Like it wants you to pull the wires through. It gives you wires and you have to solder them onto the track, which isn't supplied. So I just had some spare pieces of rail laying around. So I the spacing in between the ties isn't enough for the wires to go through. So I had to like drill a little hole to make like in between the ties to make them bigger. And then I actually, it's like so little clearance in there. I had to actually like file down the inside of the rail just to allow the wire to slide between the rail and like the plastic where it glues into. And something I thought was kind of weird too was the railings don't actually have like something to glue into. They just sit on the side, and you're supposed to glue them to the side. kind of on the side of the ties. As you can see here, there's all along the inside of those long ties. It's just glue there. That's all that's holding it on. There's no little spot or, you know, drill hole to glue it to. So I thought that was kind of strange. The bridge is like a one-piece unit. You glue the deck on. There's a spot on the other side where you're supposed to line up the little operator shack with, because there's like a big steel bracket. Hey, no scratching. There's like a bracket that's supposed to go there and kind of holds up the shack and the little whatever motor box or whatever underneath it. So kind of hard to mess that up, but I did. I glued this deck on, and I was having issues with the wires, so I pulled the wires through and everything. And you can't do it with the deck glued on, so you have to do it before you glue the deck on, pull those wires through. And sure as shit, I glued the deck on the wrong way. So I filled in the holes. I actually cut the little sprues off that bracket and filled the holes in, and then just glued the bracket on the side. Once it's painted, you shouldn't even be able to tell. But yeah, anyways, so that's how that's going. I mean, like I said, I'm going to throw some paint on it pretty quick, and because once this thing's in the pit, because it's motorized, this big ring here actually gets glued right onto that shaft on the bottom. So once this turntable's into the pit, there's no return, right? So that's why I got to paint this thing before I glue this all together. It is already like a dark green, but I want it to be black. So yeah, and it comes with decals and stuff. So I might use a couple of them, but and I checked. I got the NMRA gauge there. I checked, made sure the rail was within spec, and I am pretty sure it's close enough. So I don't see why it wouldn't have been. So, but yeah. Anyways, I'll run downstairs quick, and then we'll finish it off here. Okay, downstairs, it's a bit of a disaster here. I've got some stuff I've sold. I got 3 more boxes upstairs. But I did get some cool things in. Stopped at Hobby Tech in Calgary. Got a Diamond Coal Corporation model kit. So that's going to go here. I was thinking a gravel pit, but I've decided I'm going to go with coal. So that's going to be kind of cool. I am going to put another track in here. So I got 2 loading tracks or whatever. So yeah, I got that from Hobby Tech. I got the Clayton County lumber model kit from Hobby Tech as well. So this is gonna be my little lumber yard here by the train station. Just easy switching in here. What else? Hobby Tech. I went to Trains and Such. I grabbed another switch because I need the switch for the coal mine here. What else did I get from? I think I got a box of wheels, and oh yeah, I got the turntable we were just talking about. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good haul there. What else did I get? I got a roundhouse kit, 3-stall roundhouse, just very basic. Doesn't have to be exactly correct. Whatever. But anyways, that's all in the process. Here is where the turntable's going to go. Just lift this off. I had some stuff hanging out there. I just didn't want to get dusty. So the turntable's going to go here. I'm going to get these shop tracks here figured out. I'm going to go off the middle one, so I'm going to get these spaced out, probably 3 inches on center. It should give me lots of room between the tracks for whatever. Yeah, I gotta draw this out, the circle, get all my lines for the tracks made. I need 11 and 15/16 of an inch between the like the inside edge of the turntable here and the I think the center of the pit. Yeah, the center of the pit. So however much that's going to be. I think the pit is about 12 inches, just a little under. So there should be like roughly a 5 or a 6 inch gap in here. So that'll be kind of cool. You can have some engines out on display. I did get a couple. Oh yeah, here's one. We're gonna not go too in depth on this right at the moment, but this is a Broadway Limited 462. A lot of guys on the internet really don't like this. Whatever. For me, it's badass. It's got the Paragon 3 Rolling Thunder, whatever, LED lights. Sounds pretty wicked. Runs nice right now, but the track's not set up for it anyway. So just on the test on my my test track, my programming track, it's pretty cool. Lots of neat functions and sounds and everything. So we'll get into that a little bit more later. As well, I actually managed to find a really nice Proto RS10. This will be eventually getting, I'm going to say ESU lock sound for sure. So yeah, looks pretty good with the FA1s. Yeah, we'll go into those engines, especially this guy. Later on, once the track is more operational, maybe we'll do a review or something, because I do have another surprise that'll go along with that one. Quite nice. So anyways, guys, that's it for now. I'm gonna work on the turntable some more, try to get some of these new model kits built up. Anyways, oh, and I'm working on these switches. I actually ended up, before I let you go, I actually ended up buying these PC board ties because so I was gluing these little pieces of styrene in here. Some of them were really good, and others it was like flimsy. Didn't matter how much glue I dumped onto them, it was still flimsy. It wasn't tight. So yeah, whatever. Spent like $4 on this, and then like another 20 to ship it from the States. So whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on this as well. I gotta get these switches done up. I did get a couple switch machines. I've got some more coming to go with those. I'll have to order some double pull, double throw momentary switches to run the Circuitron Tortoise switches. And then actually, before I forget, to the turntable, it does not, because it's non-motorized, non-DCC, it doesn't have a dead zone or whatever the DCC ones have. So I have to have an auto reversing circuit on it. I was thinking of just using a double pull, double throw switch, but I was up at Princess Auto, and like, swear to God, like last week they had an entire end cap of all these double pull, double throw toggle switches, and now they don't have any. I'm just gonna order the AR1 Digitrax. I think that's what it is, AR1 auto reversing. Yeah, that would make sense. I'll just order that in so I don't have to worry about it. Every time it flips around, you never lose power. It'll go around, never lose power like the DCC ones do, which I think is way more realistic. And as soon as you hit that other, it's reversed, then it automatically does it for you. So, bonus. So yeah, that pretty much sums everything up that I've done over the last couple weeks. It's been quite busy. I'm in engineer training. I just had a stressful 3 weeks in Calgary, studying, writing exams in class. 2 weeks in Calgary, 1 week in the hat, week of rules, and then 2 weeks of mechanical. Wrote 4 exams. One was my rules, got 100%. Signals, 100%. You have to get 100% though, signals. And then my first mechanical exam, I got 96%, and my last one there was 98.8, I think. So I got like 1 question wrong. Passing grade, by the way, guys, is 90%. So, and you only get 1 rewrite in the whole course, and I've got still 2 final exams to write coming up, probably the end of March, beginning of April. So yeah, shit's getting real. I'm gonna be driving now, no longer a conductor. I'm an engineer trainee, so pretty scary. Okay, guys, enough about me. Happy New Year. Try to keep you updated as I go here. And yeah, take her easy.